You're crying because you're guilty. You're guilty of kissing Pepe. All of America see that you clearly don't want Charlie. You lied to this man yesterday. I don't feel bad for Hannah. Hannah needs a reality check. I feel like that Hannah should got kicked out the island. I'm not really sure who's worse more than the leprechaun, Ace, or Hannah. Even though Ace is exposing how he's been feeling the whole time because he has been talking behind Jeremiah's back, but it's just too much. This is Rain Said That, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the last two episodes of Love Island, episode 12 and 13, because Hannah is putting on a good show. Like, girl, you literally was bragging about your connection with Pepe, and if your connection with Charlie was so strong, you would never ran towards Pepe the way that you did. I mean, I understand that he is an ex-pro athlete, but it doesn't make any sense. Pepe is looking at you like you're crazy and stuff like that because you're crying so hard. And I know people are going to say, well, Charlie was trying to date Amaya. Charlie was trying to talk to the new girl. Well, he couldn't trust Hannah. Everything Hannah was telling him was a lie. So he was just basically trying to save himself from not getting kicked out the villa. But he ended up getting kicked out the villa anyways. So she's sitting over there talking to Cordell, talking about, oh, he's trying to make me jealous. No, he's moving exactly how you're moving. If you're going to be acting like that you're like me and get other connections, why can't he do it? But do I think that Hannah would have, recoupled up with Charlie? I think so, but honestly, she lies so much, I really can't keep up with it. Now, let's get into the whole Shelly situation with Austin, because Austin is kind of sick of being in that triangle, and I do understand why, because Shelly she clearly likes Ace. She clearly likes Ace, and her body language tells it all. But the funny thing is that she's over here stringing along Austin, but she's also getting strung along by Ace, the leprechaun, aka Mojo Jojo of the villa. So I'm just like, it really doesn't make any sense, because Ace also got her in limbo, and she's not mad at him. She still wants, to smile on his face. But, Austin is literally being desperate for her, and she doesn't really want him. And I honestly don't feel like that she likes him, because he's just her back burner guy. Now, Alandria is literally trying to tell, Taylor that, she do like their connection, but the other guy does says that she's pretty, the new guy does say that she's beautiful, and he never give her any compliments. Now, the whole situation about Austin being fake is that when he asked who should get kicked out the villa, he said Jeremiah, but then at the end of the whole elimination, he's hugging Jeremiah, saying that we need to be friends, only because Charlie left the villa. But back to the whole games, because Huda was getting on my last nerve. This is why she was on a chopping block, because Jeremiah can't do nothing. Okay, she was so mad that Jeremiah was actually kissing Alandria, because she, in her back of her mind, was like, is he attracted to her or not? Like, he could be attracted to different people, but he just like you though. And the whole situation about him not coming to her rescue, like, I understand that, but Jeremiah also got betrayed too. Like, just because Ace said that you were faking stuff like that, which you kind of is, but we really just sick of y'all. We really just sick of Huda and Jeremiah, because it's just like forced, like you're trying to force him to be something that he's not really. So is that really love? No, it's not. You want more from him than he willing to give, and then you yell at him and scold him like he is your child. So it's basically like a child and mother relationship, and everyone is not, buying it. It's not like Jeremiah does not like Huda. He does like Huda, but you're just getting a lot of things crossed. The thing that Ace is mad because Ace wanted Huda in the beginning. If you go back to episode 1 and 2, you remember that he kissed Huda in the challenge, but Huda never gave him any play. He's jealous of Jeremiah because Jeremiah is tall and handsome. Like, Jeremiah cannot do no wrong, and he's the only person that was making sense this whole episode, because it seems as though everybody's even delusional, even Ace. Okay, so yeah, it's not like America hates you. I mean, we just ready for you to get kicked out the villa. because the whole argument was that Ace is mad because Huda doesn't want him. And so Jeremiah made a good point. He was like, y'all are mad at me because Huda didn't want to talk to y'all. Like, he was just sitting over there looking crazy, because that's really what it is. Like, his ego is so small, the same as his height, and now he's trying to destroy everything in the villa. Like, he's literally been hating for day one because he didn't have no connection, talking about he's not buying it. Well, you don't have no connection, Ace. And I can't believe that he literally has Nick being his minion, and he also has, Taylor being his minion, even though Taylor didn't really say anything. But I feel as though, like, the whole situation with Huda getting all this information and just basically flipping it and turning on Jeremiah just shows her character. And like I said, Ace was talking so much, talk about it's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. Like, everybody was looking at him like, bro, like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're really just mad because Huda did never say that she was interested in you. She never was open to you. And that's the real reason why Ace is mad. And this is going to be the same reason why Ace, don't have no couple, because he's playing games and you're hating on Jeremiah. Like, dang, like, Jeremiah is the only person that made sense. Like, yes, should he comforted Huda? Yeah. But at the same time, he was dealing with a lot. And like he said, he ended up shutting down. And I understand why Huda is mad, because she needed him to comfort her, I guess. And because she almost got eliminated, but you didn't though. Like, you got to stay. Like, you should be happy. Like, it's not his fault. You should be mad at Ace. And then you're over here calling him all kinds of names in the shower, calling him a B, calling him a liar. Is crazy work, because this dude ain't never lied to you. He literally is trying to be a stepdaddy, even though he probably can't handle being a stepdaddy. He was willing to try to be a stepdaddy for you. And now you over here just talking bad about him, and now you're acting like the victim. Like, I'm just so sick of Huda at this point. Like, I wish that she would have got eliminated so bad. But I guess she's good for TV. But honestly, she's really not good for TV, because we're trying to kick her off and no one is listening. Like, you're literally over here being so selfish. And then you see how she like plucked Taylor in the forehead to wake him up out of his sleep. Crazy work. Just crazy work. Now, everybody did end up going on their dates with the new people. Jeremiah is trying to talk to Iris, even though Iris is super boring. Like, she just bores me to death. She honestly looks like Hannah. She just looks like a better version of Hannah. So they ended up going to the beach, another beach shore, which they could actually just do that, at the villa. All you have to do is just go towards the beach. But I guess it's supposed to be romantic. But like I said, they could have did that, at the villa. But they did have snorkeling, which looks like it was so much fun. Hannah is not crying about Charlie anymore, because she never really cared about him in the first place, and she just wanted Pepe. So Ace is gathered with his butler Nick and his butler Taylor, and he's over here having, pancake games to lighten up the mood, because he's the one that put all the negative energy in the villa. So now he's like, oh, let's have a good time. Honestly, I don't buy the whole playing games with Shelly. Like I said, I feel like Shelly and Ace are just friends. I don't understand, why don't she want to see that? I mean, everybody in America could clearly see that, but them. So, I mean, it looks like they did have fun though, but Austin was not buying it, because honestly, if you like somebody, you don't have to do all that. It's just now Austin knows that you really don't like him. Now, Mojo Jojo is in the villa trying to tell Taylor what he needs to do with Alondria, because he's about to be eliminated next again, because he doesn't have a connection with anybody. It's just the fact that you and Ace and Nick is having all these conversations and y'all forget that America is watching. So the two crash out. Amaya and Huda is talking, and they're just talking about a bunch of nothing. They have misinformation. She's trying to act like she's a victim, Huda, but the thing that Huda doesn't know is that we're trying to save Jeremiah, from Huda, because like Jeremiah said, he doesn't have any interest in Iris, and Iris is boring. She's boring me to death. Like, I don't even understand. She's a pretty girl, but anything else with her, like, she just fades into the background. So I don't understand why everybody was just so thirsty for Jeremiah to get to know Iris, like that was a real connection or anything like that, because they're boring just as much as Austin is bored with Shelly, and Shelly is trying to convince him to continue to pursue her, which doesn't make any sense, because you don't even like Austin. like, I don't know. I'm kind of done with Shelly too, because it's just like she's coming off disingenuine because she really likes Ace, but she knows that Ace is not set on her. So she's stringing Austin along to have a backup, and Austin's just not willing to play backup. So the whole thing about Ace trying to expose Jeremiah, only thing that Ace is doing is exposing himself, because he doesn't even like Shelly. He doesn't even like Maya. He probably like Huda though, but Huda doesn't want him. So honestly, I feel like every time someone likes Ace, he doesn't like them back. Now, this is like the last ditch effort to kind of manipulate Huda. I feel like everyone is putting a bug in her ear for her to not like Jeremiah, and I guess it's working. But honestly, it's working because she don't trust him at the end of the day, because she thinks America is trying to protect her from him, when literally it's the other way around. So this is why I say that everybody is on this island is delusional, especially Huda. She's been delusional since day one, and now we are now like 13 days in, and we're seeing how this delusion is playing out. This is why Jeremiah is looking at her acting crazy. She's sitting there acting crazy like, I'm not bothered, I'm not mad, and he just like, bro, like, how did I even get here? Then she's over here calling me all kinds of B's and calling him fake, and Nick is trying to confront him about not, consoling Huda. He was like, bro, I just lost all of my friends, I wasn't even worried about Huda. I'm like, damn. I'm not saying that he's not selfish or anything like that, because when he said that, I mean, that pretty much said, he probably don't care about Huda as much as Huda cares about him. And like, they keep contradicting everything that Jeremiah does. It's just like, if he does talk to Iris, oh, you was interested in Iris the whole time. If you don't talk to Iris, oh, you're not being open, you're only trying to talk to Huda. So it's like a lose-lose for Jeremiah. And I'm really understanding why everybody hates Jeremiah so much. I'm talking about the guys, because they're really jealous of him. Now, the whole situation with Huda talking to Iris, and she wanted to know, did Jeremiah bring her up? Like, why would he bring you up on their date? Like, it seems as though like all the girls is pretty much tired of Huda keep dragging it out, because she is trying to be a victim. Like, she's trying to get those tears out. It's not really coming out fast enough. They literally just watching her crash out, and they're just looking at her like, girl, like, it's not even a big deal. Now, when Ace told Jeremiah that he actually is doing too much, and he's making it seem like men do all this and they don't, just because Ace can't, pick up the challenge does not mean that Jeremiah can't. So I honestly thought by the end of this episode that they were going to, resolve the issue. But I feel as though, Huda was looking for her moment, like her big moment that's going to have like America cheering for her and rooting for her. And we didn't. We're looking at her again like, you're still delusional. You don't make any sense. Jeremiah dodged a big bullet, because Huda is just a walking red flag. She's been a red flag since day one. Now she's saying that he gaslighted and love bombed her, when she also did the same thing, keeping secrets about that baby, and thought that you doing those things underneath those covers was going to keep Jeremiah around, and you were going to win $100,000. But it looks like that plan fell through. So what are you going to do now, though?